Welcome back, friends, to the shop, or to outside the shop. Man, this table is tall. Now I know what Joe Rogan feels like when he sits at the adults table. All right, I've got something to share with you. This is not a product endorsement. This was a really cool gadget that I wanted to kind of try out together to see how it works. I'm a little bit skeptical, but we'll find out. But my friend Jonathan from at Thunder Ranch gave this to me. He was having some sympathy on me for all of those magazines that I had to load for the urban rifle course. So what this is that this is an automatic magazine loader that they claim is going to speed things up a little bit. So I thought we would try it out together to see to see how it works, or if it works, and how it compares to just the old-fashioned way. And then at the end, I will give my take on it. So this is built by Mag Pump. It will receive 5.56 or 300 blackout. It's got a little hopper on the top. Actually, let me bring in here close. We'll take a little bit look at it, and then we'll see how it works. The Mag Pump is obviously pretty well made, pretty well put together. Let's see, it says here USA made. I don't know where. When it was in when I unboxed it, it was in basically two pieces. It had hopper right here, where you put the cartridges, and then it's got the main housing. It's made out of some sort of a high density plastic, nicely machined. Looks like it's all CNC machined. Here's the slot for where the magazine fits in here. There's the release. We've got the handle. This is the charging handle that will load the magazine. It said here the base will fit on a Picatinny rail. And I can't, for the life of me, figure out why that would be necessary. I mean, why would you mount this on a rifle? I mean, I know what, maybe, so you could mount this on your bench. You could just mount this plate, and then you could slide, that's what it is for. So you could slide this thing off, and you don't have this thing taking up all your bench space, I would imagine. Or you could just mount a small piece of rail on your bench, and you could do it that way too. Yeah, why not, right? The handle comes off. I'm not sure why. It's got these stainless steel pins with the little ball bearing detent deals. I don't know why you'd want to take them, maybe just for assembly. Very well made, no question about that. I saw on their website that they have two models of this. They've got a billet, one made out of a billet aluminum as well, kind of a benchtop one, and it was really expensive. But I guess that's it. So to put it together, you just, is there a right way? Yeah, it's got to go this way. You put this guy in here, and then you push these pins through. Pretty well put together, actually. Really nice hardware. Really nicely made. To load it, we're going to have to fill up that hopper right there. And then if you look right here, we could probably see the cartridges coming down in there. It must have some way of flipping them around. I mean, I wouldn't assume you'd have to put them all in the same direction. I hope not. But we'll see. Let's load it up and see how it works. And I guess you can load any mag. There's, according to the box, I'm using P mags, but you could put, I'm sure you could use the aluminum ones too. My concern here is how long it takes to load the hopper. When you're just batch loading like this, I guess it's not too bad. I just kind of get a handful of them. I think it said 90. You could put 90, so I guess the hopper will hold enough that you could load 3 magazines. But I'm starting to get nervous right now, and I'm thinking about, if I was racing someone, that they're loading magazines right now, and I'm still messing around with the hopper. They're not super. It would be way cooler if you could just dump them in there, but I guess you can't have everything. So we'll load. We'll fill it up, right? Well, all we need to do is put enough in for 1 magazine. Yeah. If you look over here on the P-Mag, this is one with the window on it. There's an orange spring in there, and that orange spring corresponds with some indexing, some numbers on there. So this would be 5 rounds, 15, and 25. So you can watch that spring move across as we load. So question is, will it load 30 without jamming? There's 10. There's 15. There's 20. 25. Was that 25 or did I miscount? It's not working here. What's going on? Let's see here. Oh, it's full. I don't know what I must have miscounted. It's not gonna quit working because the magazine's full. So user operator error there. Well, that works pretty good actually. You can see. Guess I'll be picking those up. I am not smart. This part here is kind of a bummer. I saw that they made one for 9mm, and it's just got a hopper that you just dump them in the top. That would be so much better. I think to really make, if you had two guys doing this, let's say you, I don't know, if you were, now here's what I'd like to see. Well, let's say that's the end. But anyways, if you had two, oh, what's that wolf? How'd that wolf get in there? Bought some wolf back in the day when ammunition was cheap, and I got it mixed in with some of my good Black Hills stuff. This is a little tedious to load this thing here, but I guess that would come with practice, but not insurmountable. Let's try this again, see how fast we can load an empty mag. Okay, so we'll time it here. Ready? Okay, that's 23 seconds. So just a little under a second per round. That's pretty good. Now remember, we don't load our mags, don't load your mags up to full. We want to keep them down about 3, 27, 26, because they're hard to get in. And it puts a lot of extra force on those feed lips there. Not that they can't handle it, I'm sure that they can, but they're just so much easier to load when you have a three or four shy. So what did we learn here? Well, there's no question it works really good. Very well put together. I think I just realized why they put these pins in here. That way it's going to be easier to store. It's kind of, it'd be nice if a guy could keep it in an ammo can. Oh, yeah, you could take it out in 3 pieces. You could put it in a smaller deal. Yeah, it works great. Okay, what would I buy one? If I would, for just the common guy like myself, the type of shooting that I do, I probably wouldn't, because it's not that it doesn't work, and it's not that it isn't really beautifully made, and definitely looks high quality. It's so expensive. It's $150 for this one. I think it was $400 for the billet one. That's a lot of money for something that you don't do very often. I mean, if you're paying yourself wages, you know, you can load a lot of magazines for $150. If you were a competitive shooter, or you wanted to kind of go together with 3 or 4 guys, that's a whole nother deal. That would be a pretty good deal, because you can load magazines a lot easier. I think what would really be slick is if you had, let's say you were going to go to a urban rifle. Well, how many magazines do you have too? But if you had a bunch of magazines, you and your buddy could come over and he could kind of feed these things. You could load them up in no time. So there is that. What I would like to see, and I don't know if this is possible, but what would really be cool was this machine. If this machine would load and unload, that would be super cool, because I would like to do that. I kind of like to, I don't know, you know, I've got a lot of magazines. I like to have kind of half of them loaded, and then every year unload half of them, and you know, exercise those springs a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's not necessary. It's just kind of one of my little idiosyncrasies. But that would be cool. You stick it in one side, you could unload. You stick it in the other side, you could load. Because unloading them, for me, I think is worse than loading them. I mean, that really is a bummer to do that. But that would be cool. I'm asking for the moon here. Then we, you know, $150, you know, yeah, maybe that we're talking. But remember, I've got to remember this is USA made by a USA company, and guys got to make a living, right? It costs a lot of money to build something like this, and I'll bet a lot of thinking went into it. It's very nicely built, no question about it. But it's also expensive. So if you're a big time shooter, or you were going to go in with buddies, you know, I could definitely see it. How would I improve upon this? I'd like to see. I kind of like to see these pins retained in a way, you know, kind of like an M4 is, where the pin will come out, but it captures, you know, it doesn't come out, because you know how life is, man. These things are so easy to lose, and it's I mean, where are you going to find that? You're not going to find that at your hardware store, most likely. So to have them retained so that you could kind of pull them out and remove the thing without them being lost would be kind of cool. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun, definitely fun to use. Again, I didn't try it with any other mags other than the P mags, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. But it is fun to use. Definitely very clever. Whoever came up with that was pretty smart. Well, I guess that's about it. I thought it would be fun to share with you. And again, this is not a product endorsement. This was just given to me as a gift, my friend. And I'll definitely use it. I have it. It's fun to use. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the thumbs up if you enjoy these videos. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.